WWE tonight has opened themselves up to something that could potentially work for WrestleMania 32. Now, if you guys have been watching and listening to my content, you will have heard me say on Off The Script episode number 4 on iTunes and PODBEAN, in the episode called The Perfect Way to Book Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 32. I don't know if WWE is watching or listening to Off The Script, but when you type in WWE WrestleMania 32 or simply WrestleMania 32 in the Google search engine, that very episode of Off The Script comes up as the 5th thing searched for WrestleMania 32. I don't know if WWE is listening. I don't know if WWE is taking notice. I doubt it. I'm just fucking patting myself on the back here because I'm very proud of what I do. I'm very proud of the ideas that I come up with. I'm very proud that I know how to construct a solid storyline, and I'm very proud of myself that I can book a WrestleMania that many of you would be proud of. Dean Ambrose and Triple H. And let me shut my phone off because it's going to go off like it usually does when I do these fucking videos. Dean Ambrose and Triple H. I understand WWE is trying to sell Roman Reigns' injury. Okay? I understand this. And the opening segment and the closing segment leave a lot open to interpretation for WWE television over the next 4 weeks. We all know, and I'm going to say this until I am blue in the face, if you go into WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and Triple H, and you go with the predicted outcome of that match, with Roman Reigns being the new WWE champion, people will piss all over that WWE Championship match. Roman Reigns, and this experiment with Roman Reigns, is a fucking failure. I've said this since day one. You guys know how I feel. You guys know how everybody came at me when he won the title on Monday Night Raw from Sheamus, and everybody jumped down my throat for being the one guy. There were a few who sided with me. There are a few of you who, thought the same thing that I did, but the majority were against me. The majority were against me. Even Justin LaBar, who I ultimately respect, was against me on that night. And I like to say that I was right. I like to say that I was right. Everybody that came at me said, how can't you like what just happened on Monday Night Raw? Because I can see what the WWE has planned, and I know how it's going to go. There are just certain instances where you just know. Now, tonight, WWE was without Roman Reigns. They're selling his pre-existing nose condition. I don't know how it happened. Some of you sent me footage of a house show with Sheamus where a table hit him in the nose. He had a deviated septum. I don't know what the real story is. All I know was that he had a pre-existing nose condition and he was out. He needed surgery, and WWE was rolling on into Nashville tonight. Why wouldn't he be on that show? The show really didn't need Roman Reigns tonight. They really didn't. The fucking crowd was awful. The show was piss poor. So what would have changed if Roman Reigns was actually there? It's actually a blessing Roman Reigns wasn't there, because this opens up the door for Dean Ambrose and the perfect role for Roman Reigns to take shape. Now, will this happen? I doubt it, because WWE now started something that they ultimately might as well finish with Roman Reigns. You brought him to this point, you got to see it through and complete it. He's going to be WWE champion, and everybody's going to be fucking upset. Everybody's going to piss all over WrestleMania because that is what WWE wants. There are even reports that Vince McMahon wants to make Roman Reigns the face of the company for years to come. So that means years of John Cena 2.0. That's great. That's great. In a day and age where WWE should be listening to their audience, they do not. I don't know. I've said it since day one. Roman Reigns, as a babyface, is a failure. And will continue to be a failure. I don't give a shit about polarizing WWE champions. Your WWE champion should not be polarizing. It's either a heel or a face. There's no in-between for a WWE champion. None. I don't agree with that. And I certainly do not ever agree with that notion. Your WWE champion should be a heel or a face. Simply put, no polarizing figure. The WWE champion should be a hero or a villain, plain and simple. A hero that people love and want to get behind, like a Daniel Bryan, or a villain that people cannot fucking stand. Name anybody in the annals of WWE history who was a villain as the WWE champion. Simple as that. That's just the way I feel about that, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that. If you don't agree with me, tough shit. That's just the way I see it. Roman Reigns as a face is a failure. Dean Ambrose and Triple H tonight, okay? Stated on my Off The Script podcast on iTunes, and I said it outright. WWE needs to change the plans. They need to go in a different direction, and they need to call an audible here. Huddle in the back, come up with a different plan. It ain't working. After last week with Triple H being cheered as the babyface of Roman Reigns, people fucking wanting to see him become a bloody mess. That's not a WrestleMania main event. That's not the WrestleMania main event that WWE envisioned. You know? And it will never become the WWE main event that WWE is going to envision. Never for WrestleMania. Ever. Triple H and Dean Ambrose. I've said it. With Roman Reigns out, Dean Ambrose can slide on in and challenge Triple H for the WWE Championship. He can challenge Triple H because Roman Reigns is not there. He's sticking up for his friend. Triple H wants to be Mr. Tough Guy. He wants to throw his power around. So why not challenge the WWE Champion on behalf of the beating that your best friend took from the boss? Simple as that. Seek revenge for your friend by beating up the guy who gave the beating to your best friend, Triple H. Some of you came to me and said, JD, this is the main event for the WWE Network special on March 12th, wherever that may be. I believe it's in Toronto, Canada. Fuck that. Fuck it. After what we've seen tonight and the closing segment of Monday Night Raw, Dean Ambrose got his ass kicked. Triple H gave him the WWE title match that he asked for. Why does it have to take place on March 12th? Or whenever the fuck that event is. If it's March 12th, great. If I'm not right, someone correct me. Why does it have to wait till then? Isn't Monday Night Raw rolling through Chicago next week? There would be no hotter crowd. Do you understand me? There would be no hotter crowd than Chicago on Monday night, March 7th. Dean Ambrose versus Triple H for the WWE title. Make it a steel cage. Give it some type of stipulation. Whatever. Dean Ambrose goes over. He becomes the new WWE champion. Simple as that. Simple as that. Triple H is removed as WWE champion. And now, presumably, if that was the case, we would have Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose in the main event for WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Like it should have been. Now, if that happens, this is the way I'm booking it, by the way. In no way is this going to happen because WWE will not pull the trigger on what I am stating here. If this happens, what happens with the feud? Does Roman automatically turn heel? Does he come back? Does he turn on Dean Ambrose before Mania? No. No, you're not going to turn Roman heel just yet. Now you have to wait. You build up the tension between the two, and at WrestleMania, if this is the match that happens, and in my world it would be, this match would go on last. This match would go on last. Okay? Roman versus Dean, main event. What happens to Triple H? What happens to Brock Lesnar? I don't know. Triple H, does anybody really want to see him in the ring at WrestleMania? Maybe the only one that wants to see Triple H in the ring at WrestleMania is himself. I don't care if he's on the show or not. Seriously. It's not going to make the show can't miss. And if he's not on the show, it's not going to matter to me anyway. It's just not. Triple H, great at what he does. Fantastic. I respect him fucking up and down, left and right. But if he's not on the show, I'm not going to fucking bitch and moan about it. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to complain. Right? Triple H could come out. And Dean Ambrose, being the new WWE champion, that he just screwed over Triple H and won the title, Triple H as the boss, the man, could say, you know what, Dean Ambrose? And we pull a Daniel Bryan treatment. You're scheduled to face Brock Lesnar in this no-holds-barred match. Not only are you going to fight Roman Reigns in the main event at WrestleMania, but to open the show on April 3rd, you are going to defend the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred match. Ambrose will now have to fight twice at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan did it. Why can't Dean Ambrose do it? In that scenario, this would open up the door for the Wyatt family to continue their feud with Brock Lesnar. Bray Wyatt, as far as I see it, is not going to have a prominent role at WrestleMania. I don't know what they're doing with the Wyatt family. Nobody gives a shit about the Wyatt family. They weren't on Monday Night Raw tonight except for a promo segment on the Titantron. Bray Wyatt could easily, just like that, distract Brock Lesnar, attack Brock Lesnar, beat down Brock Lesnar, to the point where now this sets up a feud with Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar. And that will continue on through the summer, or if you want to plan a feud for Brock Lesnar to go through the entire Wyatt family to lead up to a Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam, fine. WWE now has the ball in their court to deliver intriguing television and make sense of that storyline which they have abandoned by this announcement of Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. Everything that happened on Monday Night Raw leading up to the Royal Rumble with Bray Wyatt attacking and Sister Abigailing fucking Brock Lesnar on Monday Night Raw to close that one episode, and then in the Royal Rumble for the Wyatt family to eliminate Lesnar from the match. All of that was thrown out the window with the announcement of Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. WWE can make light of this. If Ambrose is the champion, going against Brock Lesnar, defending, and the only way he gets to Roman Reigns is by beating Lesnar. And being that it's a no-holds-barred match, the door is open for Bray Wyatt to interfere and screw Brock Lesnar. For whatever reason they want to come up with, fine. Come up with a reason. As far as I'm concerned, it needs no reason. He's been mentioning he wants to take down the Titans of WWE. The Titans of WWE certainly don't start with Big Show, Kane, and Ryback. You want the Titans of WWE, you go right to the fucking top. You don't scrape the bottom of the fucking barrel with those three goons. Brock Lesnar is the top of the food chain. That's where you start. That's what I would do. Boom. Dean Ambrose, by escaping this match by the skin of his ass, because of Bray Wyatt, moves on to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania in the main event. Roman versus Dean. There you got it. Dean already been through a fucking war. Roman Reigns looking like the odds-on favorite now. Rock could be in Roman Reigns' corner. Still. He could still be there physically. Gonna have a big role. Rock could be at ringside with Roman Reigns. Rock could play the sympathy card for Dean Ambrose. Rock could be the one whispering in Roman's ear. Do what is right. Win the title, but also care for your friend, your best friend in the process. Roman would just lay a beating on Roman Reigns. a beating, just fucking kicking his ass. And The Rock trying to be the one to give Roman some common sense here and some logic and to, take him back down a notch. Whispering to him, listen, this is your best friend. You got it. Enough. Pin him. Get it over with. There's nothing else to prove here. You've wanted the title. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Pin him and beat him. Take what is yours. Roman getting frustrated through the match. To the point where Rocky now has to get in the ring. He Superman punches The Rock. He Superman punches The Rock. And lays waste to both Ambrose and Rock after the match is over. Leading to his heel turn. I don't know how simple it could be. That's what you do right there. That is what you do with that situation. As far as Triple H goes, I really don't care. Triple H was supposed to be in this situation to get Roman over. Vince couldn't do it. Triple H can't do it. Nobody is going to be able to do it. Roman Reigns has been a product of shitty WWE creative and shitty storytelling. They put him in situations that no human being alive could escape from without failure. He was doomed to fail. Every situation they put him in had failure written all over it before he even walked in there. This is what you need to do. WWE has an ideal chance not only to make the road to WrestleMania important and exciting. You're going into Chicago. You're 30 fucking days away from WrestleMania. Live on Monday Night Raw in Chicago with one of the best wrestling crowds in the world. Anticipate fire in that arena. Can you imagine if we see one of the biggest baby faces right now in the WWE take down the COO and win the WWE Championship? Live on Monday Night Raw. When has that moment ever meant anything on Monday Night Raw? I can't remember. When was the last time we've seen a WWE Championship match and a title change that we cared about on Monday Night Raw? I can't remember. This is what needs to happen. Again, WWE is opening the door for Roman Reigns to come back and tease a heel turn. This is what needs to happen. I've stated it since the Survivor Series, that Dean Ambrose should have been the one to go all the way to WrestleMania. And now WWE has found themselves back at the start, 4 weeks before WrestleMania. It's time to do the right thing. It's time to man up, stop being stubborn, swallow that fucking bitter pill, and give up on Roman Reigns as a babyface. I'm not saying you can't have Roman Reigns as the number one guy in the company. You can. But as a heel, as a villain, Roman Reigns is not going to get over as a babyface. It might be a daunting task to make sure this guy gets the proper heel heat, but I honestly think Roman Reigns has it in him to do the job. I want him to be comfortable when he comes out. I want him to get organic reactions when he's coming out. I want everybody to genuinely let them know, the WWE, and I want them to let Roman Reigns know how they feel about Roman Reigns. Not 1 week in Nashville he's cheered, and then the next week in a major city he's fucking booed out of the building. It doesn't work that way. You're either a babyface or a villain. You're not in between. That's it. Okay? Bret Hart was a hero. Shawn Michaels was a hero. Steve Austin was a hero. The Rock was a hero. Hulk Hogan was a hero. None of those names were ever in-betweeners. Ever. Austin was before he turned full-fledged babyface. But to the point where they were at their peak, they were fucking babyface and not a tweener. They're not in between. You're one or the other. And WWE right now needs to do the right thing. Roman Reigns needs to be on the dark side. Plain and simple. And that's how I would book WrestleMania. It's right in their face. All I ask of you is to do the right thing. Do it. For the love of fucking Christ, do it already. Monday Night Raw next week, I would book Ambrose and Triple H with an Ambrose shocking win for the WWE Championship. Roman Reigns, how he reacts to that, that's money. I'd pay to see that. I know you guys would. How is Roman Reigns going to react with his best friend stealing his spotlight? Makes for great television, doesn't it? I know. Other than that, Monday Night Raw. What am I supposed to say? Nashville, Tennessee. Well, they were from, where were they? Memphis? Nashville. The Bridgestone Arena, February 29, 2016. Obviously, we talked about Triple H and Dean Ambrose. That's what started the show off. The other big thing about this show was the return of The Undertaker. Now, I don't know what WWE's mindset was going into this, but The Undertaker and a scheduled appearance by The Undertaker had a lot of people talking. They had a lot of people talking, and everyone was excited to see how he would react to being forced into a Hell in a Cell with Shane McMahon. So out comes Vince. He's saying that he is going to put his son inside Hell in a Cell with no regrets. He has to have Shane come out there in charge of Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. What is it going to be like when Shane comes out on Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania if he beats The Undertaker? You know? None of that is going to happen, Vince says, because only fools believe in miracles. So I guess that Vince is a fool, because he certainly believes in the miracle of Roman Reigns actually getting over with the WWE Universe. So Vince is the grade A fucking clown here. Practice what you preach, Vince, before you go out there and utter stupid fucking nonsensical lines. Vince then introduces The Undertaker, and after 3 more WrestleManias have passed, he finally gets down to the fucking ring. His entrance took about 5 fucking minutes, and his promo lasted of 2 and then he says that it will not be on him to what happens to Shane McMahon inside Hell in a Cell. It's all going to be on Vince. And that's it. He walks out. Literally. 90 seconds. The Undertaker got paid to clear his throat twice and utter 1 fucking sentence and then walk out. In a day and age where we make fun of Brock Lesnar for standing in the ring with Paul Heyman and getting paid millions upon millions, Undertaker found a way to fucking make short work of that. Worse so than Brock Lesnar. He put Brock Lesnar to shame with this segment tonight. WWE let a lot of people down with The Undertaker's appearance tonight, and it really didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Vince wasn't done, though. After the Taker left, he says Shane has lost his inheritance, and he is now out of his will. All of Vince's money is now going to Stephanie McMahon, and Shane is no longer his son. He is only now the son of a bitch. I don't know if that was referencing Linda McMahon. I don't know where that leads. If we will see Linda McMahon on TV in this whole family drama, I don't know. But the promo and this segment left a lot to be desired. A lot of people were anticipating. A lot of people stood up on the European time, UK time. A lot of you guys were tweeting me. I stayed up till fucking 4 in the morning to watch this shit, and he comes out for 90 seconds. That was it. We didn't get anything else. Shane wasn't on the show. Stephanie cut a promo earlier in the evening saying that everybody's going to end up bowing to the king and bowing to the queen of WWE. You know, she had a very good promo talking about not receiving the Vincent J. McMahon award like she should have last week because everybody was, hyped up for Shane McMahon. Crowd was still chanting for Shane McMahon. So she takes the award and throws the table down and she goes into a long-winded promo. Great promo by Stephanie. A little bit too long, but she actually did a very, very good job as compared to the Undertaker and Vince McMahon segment. I thought it was going to be the other way around. So, tonight really, as far as this storyline goes, really didn't advance anything. This Undertaker, Vince, Shane, Stephanie situation didn't advance nowhere. Most of the storyline, again, for tonight, was a recap of what happened last week. Because WWE is still riding that excitement and hype train for Shane McMahon. You know, he was all over the place. He was on WFAN. He was on the Michael Kay show in New York. He was all over the place. I think he helped WWE break 10 million subscribers on YouTube. Fucking crazy. You know? He was all over the place, interviewing, letting people know how he felt to be back, hyping WrestleMania. That's all WWE did tonight. Instead of advancing this storyline, I don't even think WWE knows where they want to go with this. All they did was recap Shane McMahon. So, really, we didn't get much this week. As far as the rest of Raw, I mean, the only other important thing that happened tonight was Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks, honestly. And even that got fucked up. Match ended in 10 minutes. Not taking any away from both women. I enjoy their work very much. And I knew going into this match that this was going to be a draw. How we were going to get to that draw remained to be seen. But I didn't know it was going to end in such a shit-like fashion. So, the ending of this match, seeing a missile dropkick from Becky Lynch, get a 2, okay? Sasha kicks out. Becky is right there and tries a superplex, only to get countered into a sunset flip. Sasha lays back for absolutely no reason. No reason. She did a sunset flip to Becky off the top rope, and instead of following through with the motion and pinning, sitting up and pinning Becky for the win, she lays back down. I don't know who scripted the end of this match, but obviously they don't know how to create intrigue. Not only did it make both women look bad, it made the entire arena just like roll their eyes in disgust. This was not a Sami Zayn Samoa Joe double pin. At least he delivered the haluva kick, and it was believable. Because he was so out of breath and so out of energy after he delivered that haluva kick, and Samoa Joe was kicked square in the fucking face. Samoa Joe fell down, and Sami Zayn fell on top of him. That was at least believable. This was a complete fucking disaster. I don't know who produced and scripted this match, but they made both women look like complete fools. We know we're going to get a triple threat. If you're anybody with a half a brain, Becky is not sitting out of WrestleMania. There's no way for Becky to sit out of WrestleMania. She has done so much good in the last 6 months that she deserves to be in that match. So obviously, now WWE, with this ending, is booking this match again for the tapings tomorrow for SmackDown, which will be aired on Thursday. Are we going to get another no contest, which will eventually lead to this being a triple threat? Yes, that's where it's going. WWE could have went about this so much better, but they made it look like a sloppy fucking mess. So Sasha and Becky, tonight, a draw, double pin. Don't know why Sasha laid back down for no reason, but it ended up being a double pin. And Michael Cole acting all shocked. Oh my God, it was fucking sloppy. Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. If you blinked, you missed it. Miz beat Dolph Ziggler in 1 minute and 5 seconds. Dolph Ziggler on the road to obscurity during WrestleMania season. Lucha Dragons versus Rusev and Sheamus. When was the last time Kalisto won a match? I don't know. Yeah, I know he beat Alberto Del Rio at the Fastlane pay-per-view pre-match, but he is the United States champion. Why is he getting a after-match beating, and why is his team losing? Better question, why is he in a tag team match if he is the United States champion? Is the United States Championship going to be on the line at WrestleMania? I understand the mid-card titles for WWE really don't mean anything, you know? It's a shame that I'm saying that, but they don't. But Kalisto is your United States champion. Why isn't he actually gaining momentum on the road to WrestleMania? I don't know. Someone explain that to me. So the Lucha Dragons versus Rusev and Sheamus ended in 5 minutes and 5 seconds, and Rusev and Sheamus get the win. But your United States champion means absolutely nothing. Great job, WWE. Ryback versus Adam Rose. Ooh, Ryback is all tough now. Ooh, he's all serious. He's all serious. Ryback, before the match, talks about wanting the spotlight and promises to take it for himself. The only thing that has a spotlight shining on it is my fucking bed. Because I want it to look as comfortable as possible every time this man steps in the fucking ring. So I could pass out easy before this match even ended. And that's exactly what I did, because I didn't fucking watch it. Ryback beat Adam Rose. Ooh, shell shock to Adam Rose. The rebuilding of Ryback begins. You could at least put him against a credible opponent. Like anyone's going to take Adam Rose seriously. Give me a fucking break. New Day versus AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. I know you guys are watching this match tonight, and we're thinking the same fucking thing I was thinking. I was mid-tweet before they said they wanted to challenge for the tag team titles next week on Monday Night Raw. I'm like, okay, I can delete this tweet now. Because I was waiting. I was holding my breath, waiting for Jericho to challenge the New Day at WrestleMania and point at that WrestleMania logo. Good thing they did not. AJ should not be in a tag team match versus with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. AJ needs to be one-on-one. What they're doing with the tag team titles, I have no idea. I have no idea. Are they saving Enzo and Cass for Brooklyn? Are we going to get them to challenge the New Day at WrestleMania? I don't know. All I know is I don't want Y2AJ at WrestleMania challenging for the tag team titles. It doesn't make any sense. And I think that's both beneath AJ and Chris Jericho. What I see happening here, and what I would like to have happen, I see Chris Jericho turning heel on AJ Styles. Given the history of Chris Jericho's character, obviously we can all see that coming. But what if AJ turns heel and then aligns himself with the debuting Bullet Club, possibly at WrestleMania, and the Bullet Club is reformed and slowly takes over WWE? A man could dream, a man could fantasy book, but more than likely Chris Jericho is going to turn heel on AJ, and they are going to fight at WrestleMania, possibly in a submission match, a Iron Man match, a 2 out of 3 falls match. It's going to be something technical at WrestleMania. That's what I see happening. And unfortunately, we might not get AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the IC title, because Kevin Owens looks like he is in a feud with The Big Show. Now, I don't understand why Kevin Owens is being punished to be in the ring with The Big Show. If this is the match, and people on Twitter told me this might not be the match, you don't have anything to worry about. If this ends up being the match for the IC title at WrestleMania, and this is the best that the WWE can come up with for Kevin Owens for the IC title at WrestleMania, everyone who is a part of creative needs to have their writing hand cut off and never to write another fucking script ever again for Kevin Owens or wrestling in general. This was awful. Big Show actually ended up beating Kevin Owens tonight via countout, 2 minutes and 36 seconds. What am I watching? Why am I reporting this in this review? Why is this match happening 4 weeks before WrestleMania? I would love someone in WWE to please tell me so I can better understand this. Why? I don't even think they have an answer. I certainly don't. Kevin Owens, embarrassed on Monday Night Raw. Great job, WWE. And that's pretty much it. This show was fucking terrible. It ended up being one of those shows like they were booking towards an in-your-house pay-per-view. Looks like they were booking towards December to Dismember ECW. I don't know. It doesn't certainly seem like they're booking towards a WrestleMania, I'll tell you that. What are we watching? This is WWE at its finest here during WrestleMania season. This show showed you why WrestleMania is going to fall flat on its face. Nothing redeeming came out of this show except for Becky and Sasha, minus the ending, and Stephanie McMahon. That's it. Even The Undertaker being on Monday Night Raw couldn't save this fucking show because they only gave him 90 seconds. We seen the Big Show more than we seen The Undertaker. We seen Ryback more than we seen the fucking Undertaker. His entrance was longer than his in-ring promo. I don't know. All I know is the beginning of this video and what I told you, that's how you need to book WrestleMania. That's what WWE needs to do. If not, I'm not going to feel sorry for them. There's no way you can feel sorry for these guys. You're going into Chicago next week. You already have a tag team title match lined up next week. Do one better. Give us a WWE Championship match and generate some fucking excitement coming out of this fucking piss-poor Nashville crowd. Give me a break. This is WrestleMania 32. You know? WWE has generated no fucking excitement minus the Shane McMahon incident. And he's not even an active fucking competitor on the roster. Not as of yet, anyway. And he's more over than anything on the roster right now. And anybody on the roster. In fact, the best part of the show was the fucking highlight that they replayed 6 fucking times from last week. This is not WrestleMania build, people. We got 4 weeks left till WrestleMania. I may be jumping the gun, but each and every one of these shows should reek of importance and get you to watch next week. What did I say on Monday Night Raw review last week? Shane McMahon being back and the announcement of Hell in a Cell and WrestleMania 32. Now WWE is forcing you to watch. Too bad we were all forced to watch to see The Undertaker tonight and get fucking slapped in the face for it and made to look like fools. WWE let us down tonight, and Monday Night Raw was a fucking piece of shit. Absolutely nothing jumped out from this show that reeked of importance. Undertaker's appearance was rushed. Vince McMahon rushed. Stephanie McMahon gave a long-winded promo really nobody gave a shit about. That's it. And the highlight of the show was what happened last week with Shane McMahon. So now we all need to know when Shane McMahon's coming back, because then at that point we know when business is going to be picking up again. That's your Monday Night Raw review. I'm JD. If you enjoyed the video, let me know what you're thinking down below. Let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw. Let me know what you thought about my booking scenario for WrestleMania 32. I like it, and it's the best possible scenario that WWE has to work with right now going into WrestleMania with Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Dean Ambrose. Let me know what you guys think. In fact, put Triple H with the main event. Let him get involved with the main event. That's his role for WrestleMania. Doesn't need to be an in-ring role. All he needs to do is make sure that main event feels important, more important than it's going to be at WrestleMania. Simple. That's my Monday Night Raw review. Leave me a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up. Podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, AudioBoom, and PodBean. Available now. If you missed Off The Script last weekend, make sure you get that in the description. And I got new t-shirts coming out we'll discuss on Fridays. Off The Script. Until then, this is JD, and I'll talk to you guys later.